Hi YouTube. Today we'll be discussing the Gucci bronzer in shade 4 and 5. Stay tuned. Hi guys. So I've been sitting here actually just racking my brain because I'm trying to figure out like when did Gucci Beauty first launch, because I mean I was trained by them when they launched. I was told beforehand. I remember this. I want to say it was either 2013 or 2014 when they originally launched. And if I can find a Facebook post, I'll actually put it up just so that you can see it and just so that I can confirm what year that actually was. But you know, when they launched, I was super excited. I loved their lipstick, their face powder. I recall, of course, the foundation, the lustrous glow. So, you know, everything was going great for quite some time, or just for several years. And then we received word that, you know, they were essentially dissolving. We were told that they were going away and they were probably going to come back, and it was like a TBD type of situation. And so I had, you know, started to see videos of people talking about Gucci bronzer and Gucci powder. Some people were abroad, some people were here domestically. I was really confused about it, so I just started to do a little research, and lo and behold, Gucci Beauty apparently is back. So they have some face powder products. They do have some lip color products. Don't believe they have an actual foundation out just yet. I haven't seen any blushes, anything like that. So I believe it's coming out in stages. Not 100% sure, but very excited to see it. As far as where I've seen it at Selfridges, I've seen it at Harrods. Of course, I've seen it at Sephora.com, which is where I made my purchase. At Sephora.com, they actually have lipsticks and they have the bronzer as well. I really want to get the face powder, but the face powder I've only seen at Harrods or Selfridges, or maybe one or the other, can't remember. And I have never purchased from either of those stores, and being that, you know, the shipping is very high and I don't see myself shopping there, you know, all the time, I'm not sure if it's worth it to, you know, just make that purchase. Not really sure yet. Don't know if the powder is really worth it, and you know, because of the swatches online, I feel very nervous to, you know, order something from, you know, that far away and have to potentially return it just because the shade's not going to be for me. So not sure about the face powder, but the bronzer, saw it at Sephora, so I did go ahead and pick that up. And I actually had picked it up right around the same time that I had purchased the airbrush bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury, because of course I've been on my search for the perfect bronzer to replace my my beloved Guerlain Terracotta bronzer in shade 5, which was just everything. And of course this video is about the Gucci bronzer, but I went ahead and I went through my entire makeup collection, and I did find the Gucci foundation because I loved it personally. I don't know about y'all, but the Lustrous Glow foundation, I was a big fan of it when it came out. I really liked it, so it's gonna be interesting to actually put on an older foundation. I mean, I probably have had it for I don't know how many years, but I did open it and smell it. I gave it a little sniff test. It smells fine. It smells exactly the way I recall. It looks okay. It's not clumpy or anything like that, so we should be okay, but we'll find out together. So for starters, I'm going to go in with a moisturizer. I'm not going to put on a primer today. I'm just going to use this moisturizer. I decided to pull out a bit of a relic that I have secretly been replenishing on, and I buy through third parties just because this product is absolutely amazing and I still use it to this day. Probably have used it off and on for about, I would say, 8 to 9 years. And this is the Prime Solution from Sensai. Sensai is a Japanese brand. It's an amazing brand, and when they launched and they were in the United States and they were, you know, actually in a lot of retailers, they were great. I love the brand. I was trained by the brand as well. And, you know, of course, it's Japanese beauty, Japanese skincare. So, you know, of course, they believe in double moisturizing, double cleansing, all of that. I would say you can liken it to Dior's One Essential. When One Essential came out, One Essential kind of like blew up everything as far as skincare is concerned. And a lot of brands started to follow suit. So later down the line, you would see your Prime Solutions, and even from Shiseido, you find the product Ultimune. They all do different things, but essentially what they all do is, you know, when you put something on top of it, it allows it to perform better. So that's the whole point, you know, of that type of product. I would say out of all of them, out of all three of those in particular, kind of torn between Ultimune and Prime Solution, just because I've seen the best results with both of these products. As you can see, it is almost empty, so it will be time to replenish very soon, because this is something that I have used for a long time and I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this, I usually use 2 or 3 pumps, and I'm just going to moisturize my face. It's like a lotion, so it's very light. You know, it feels like you're putting on a serum. I have normal skin, so I don't really get overly dry. I never get oily, anything like that. So for me, this is enough moisture. But of course, they believe in double moisturizing. So of course, if you were following the Sensai regimen, you would follow this up with an actual moisturizer on top and put, you know, serums and, you know, whatever on top. And I don't know what it is, but like Sensai is not a brand you can get a lot of information on as far as social media is concerned. I don't know if they care about, you know, being popular in the States, because I think they have an amazing skincare line. So I don't know. If you're interested, definitely check them out. I actually put their official website just in the description box just so that you can check it out if you are interested. But again, you cannot go wrong with Prime Solution. It's one of my like secret products I never talk about, and I just decided to randomly pull this out for this video just so that you could, you know, be aware of it. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to use the Lustrous Glow foundation. This is the foundation that came out 6 or 7 years ago. Can't remember when they launched. So, you know, I'm just excited to put this on actually because I love the packaging. I love the product. Like, this foundation was the bomb. So here's the foundation, and this is a very old foundation, but it still smells like new. It has the same smell, and I absolutely love it, or at least I did love it. I have not put this on. Like, I can't tell you the last time I put this on. Probably when Gucci Beauty was actually active. I don't know. I'll just blend this out with a Dior Full Coverage Foundation brush. Honestly, they could bring this foundation back and I would buy it again. Just so I wouldn't have one that's basically expired. If you actually have this foundation or you use the Lustrous Glow foundation, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought of it, or if you still own it. I know some people are gonna be freaked out that I'm using an old foundation, but I find that if you store makeup well, just in a dark, dry, cool place, usually fine. So if my face falls off, you know, I'll eat my words, but for now, everything's fine. Just gonna go in with a little concealer from Pat McGrath, MD23. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out, and of course this video is not about the Gucci foundation because of course this is a discontinued foundation. I'm just kind of prepping my face, you know, for the actual application of the bronzer. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all that, and then we can get to the bronzer. Alright, lately I've been accustomed to baking my face for videos, and because the Sacha Buttercup is just so amazing, I actually allow my face to be baked. So while this is baking, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the bronzer. So of course, naturally, bought it online, so I bought 2 shades. So I bought shade 4 and I bought shade 5. And come on, this is Gucci. So the packaging is absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. And the back of it is gold. It just has the number and the name of the product. And you just go ahead and pop it open. And so shade 4, okay. And shade 4 looks like this in the pan. It is absolutely beautiful. And of course I'll swatch both of these for you guys, but here is shade 5. I just wanted you to see how that looks in the pan. It's a nice deep color. And here are both of them side by side. So now I'm just going to take a brush. I always use this Hakuoto brush. I've used it for a long time. It's part of their Vermilion collection. Someone asked me that. I don't know actually what it's called because it was a gift, so I'm not sure, but I know it's part of the Vermilion collection. So I'm gonna go ahead and swirl in here and apply. Okay, that is pretty. Yes, ma'am. And of course, because this is slightly darker than my skin tone, I do have to kind of pack this on just so that it will show up the way I want it to, because I like my bronzer to be a gradual build up and to look as natural as possible. If you look, it gives the skin a bit of a glow as well, so it's not a solid matte. So of course that's with shade 4. Of course I will show shade 5 as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and dust off the excess powder, set my face, and we will go from there. And to set my makeup, I'll be using the Squalane Plus Hyaluronic Toning Mist from Biossance because it's awesome. So I bought 2 bottles of this. Ooh, I like that. The Gucci bronzer, it is a $62 bronzer. It comes with 12 grams of product, and for comparison's sake, the Airbrush bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury is $55 for 16 grams. So just keep that in mind if you are curious or if you're just interested in knowing that. Per Sephora.com, it states that it simply is a bronzing powder that is designed to deliver a luminous finish and a natural glow. What else do you need to know? With a soft and silky texture that is creamy to the touch, this thin film formula is light and easy to apply with the integrated integrated applicator. Smoothing away imperfections and blending effortlessly, the breathable formula is buildable and feels comfortable all day. Creating an all-day, healthy-looking glow, the unifying bronzer leaves skin feeling supple and has a light, pleasant scent that whisks the wearer away into their imagination. Okay, that didn't happen for me, but that's what it says. Number 1, what I think you need to know most importantly is that currently shades 4 and 5 are the only shades available on Sephora.com, as all the other ones have sold out. With the sale that's going on right now, I suggest you pause this video and you run and buy this bronzer. Oh my god, y'all. So this gives me, I got really text in there with saying y'all like that. I sometimes country just kind of like flies out of my mouth and I don't know what's happening. So this particular bronzer, it is a beautiful bronzer. I am a really big fan of shade 4 just because it is just the type of look I am going for. The actual tone of it is just right. In terms of the luminosity, it's not a shimmery effect. It's not, you know, anything like that. It really is a nice, soft, luminous, natural type of glow, and it's a different look for me as far as, you know, when I use bronzers, just because I would prefer a bronzer to be like super matte or, you know, very close to matte. And, you know, this particular bronzer gives me luminosity and it gives me, you know, more of a soft matte radiant type of effect. And so I think it's absolutely beautiful. And also, as I mentioned, as I was reading the Sephora description, there is a powder puff that it actually does come with, but I'm not going to take it out. I'm not going to use it, so just leave it in here, leave it in its beautiful case. The case is absolutely stunning. I think this is just simple and just very bougie. I love it. Now I'm just gonna go in and show you just a swatch just so that you can see shade 4 and 5 side by side. In terms of the undertones in these bronzers, shade 4 is more of a neutral to cool, and shade 5 is definitely going to be a very cool undertone. Has a lot of blue in it. You can definitely see it immediately when you look at it. So now I'm just gonna put on shade 5 just so that you can see it. You can see that on my face, it's very red. Hopefully it's showing up on camera. And I'm putting a lot more than I would normally wear just so that you can actually see it on my skin. And just like the deepest tone from Charlotte Tilbury, though this shade does appear a bit dark and a bit blue in the actual pan, in person it's coming off as not as intense because, again, these are bronzers that you have to build up. So I could easily wear shade 4 and 5 in this particular bronzer. So you should be able to see the undertone, and you should definitely see the luminosity that this is giving off. This is a beautiful bronzer. Very interesting. Look at that lift on the side of my face. Look at the cheekbones. Wow, it's very pretty. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you've tried the Gucci bronzer. Do you love it? Do you hate it? How do you feel it compares to the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer? And also let me know if you'd like me to do a video comparing both bronzers so that you can make the best decision, so that you don't end up like me and buy 4 particular bronzers and spend well over $200. Definitely rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with a whole lot more, guys. Bye.